Alright everybody, what I'm going to be doing here is I'm going to be making fudge. I've never made this recipe, so I don't know how it's going to come out. And there is just a whole bunch of stuff that you need to do beforehand, and I thought I'd better do that now because I don't have a scale. And a lot of this has to do with dry measurements, and I don't really have a scale, so I have to do it with measuring cups. The first thing I'm going to need is, what do I need? I'm going to need an 8-ounce package of chocolate, semi-sweet chocolate chips. Well, an 8-ounce package, 8 ounces of chocolate chips. Normally you buy that in a bag. You buy an 8 or 16-ounce bag. But I don't have a bag that small. I have this big king-size bag. All right, I'm making a humongous mess over here, a real big mess. So what I'm going to do is 8 ounces of, this video is probably going to take like 2 hours to do because this is just a hassle for me and I like long videos. Okay, so you need 8 ounces of chocolate, and I'm going to get that ready first. 8 ounces of chocolate is about 1 1/3 cups. So there's 1 cup, and I don't really care how close it is. I don't care if it's a third or a little more. Should probably be worried about that, but let's see, that looks like it's about 1/3. Something like that. Yeah, that's about 1/3. So the first thing you want to do is get your chocolate chips ready. And like I said, it is 8 ounces, an 8-ounce package of chocolate chips. I bought this big king-size thing from Costco. Okay, so I'm going to shut this off, put this in the fridge, and then we're going to go to the second item that I'm going to have to get ready. Alright, the second item that I'm going to need is 1 stick of butter. So I got my 1 stick of butter that I'm going to put over here out of the way. I've got my chocolate bits that I'm all prepared with right now. Okay, I've got the chocolate, and I've got the butter. Oh, I'm going to need 1 slightly beaten egg, so let me go get the egg out, and I will continue in a minute. Alright, so there's my egg, and let me break the egg. Oh boy, you can't even see that on the video, because the camera's too high. Sorry. Alright, well I just broke an egg. Throw that in the trash. And let me try to adjust this camera a little bit. Okay, that's not that bad. Alright, so I've got my egg. I'm going to slightly beat the egg. Now, you have an option here. If you were allergic to eggs, or if you want to try a different variation of this, you can either use 1 slightly beaten egg, or you can use 2 tablespoons of milk. I am told that 2 tablespoons of milk makes it much creamier and better, but this is the first time I'm making it, so I'm just going to use the egg. So the items I've got here now, the 1 stick of butter, the 1 slightly beaten egg, the 1 1/3 cups of chocolate bits, and what else am I going to need? 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Okay, I should probably get a measuring spoon here so I don't mess this up. Let me shut this off. Alright, what I've got, I'm just going to mix 1 teaspoon of, is that right? 1 teaspoon of the vanilla in with the egg. They're both liquids, so it shouldn't really matter. Yeah, I know on those cooking shows they always say use a really good vanilla, it's worth the money. I don't really care what you use. To me, vanilla's vanilla. So, I got my vanilla done. Normally I don't prep anything until I start cooking, which you'll know if you've watched any of my videos. But this time I'm prepping everything because I'm going to have a huge problem with the like the chocolate and the flour that's coming up next. Alright, I think I've got all my ingredients except for the flour. Let's see, I'm not going to use nuts. If you want to use nuts, you can use 3/4 of a cup of chopped nuts. So let me read out the things that you need. 3/4 of a cup of chopped nuts, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, 1 pound of powdered sugar, 1 slightly beaten egg or 2 tablespoons of milk, 1 stick of butter, and 8-ounce package of chocolate chips. And that comes out to 1 1/3 cups of chocolate chips. Now the last thing I've got to deal with is the powdered sugar. 1 pound of powdered sugar. I ended up buying a 2-pound bag, and I don't have a scale, so this is going to be a little bit of an issue to measure it out. So let me measure it out, and I'll figure out what I need to do. This thing says there's 7.5 cups in here, which would mean I'd need about 3 3/4 of a cup. I don't know how that's going to come out in this. I don't know how this is going to work, but I'm going to try to measure my flour, and I'll continue the video after I'm done. Alright, what I've learned is that I'm going to go spend the $10 or whatever and go buy a scale so I can do this the right way. I used my bathroom scale. I put this container on there and I was at like 1 point. What was I at? I was at, oh wait, no, that is right. Hold on. I'm all mixed up now. I used the bathroom scale and I ended up getting to 0.6 and I went, well, this is really working. And then I got to 1/0. So this is a 1 pound. I might be off by a little bit, but this is 1 pound of powdered sugar. And remember I said 3 3/4? Somebody said, because the package says 7.5 cups, well, that wasn't right, because half of 7.5 cups would be about 3 3/4. I've got about 2.5 cups in here, and it comes out to 1 pound. So I'm just going to go buy a scale, a cheapy scale. Much easier for the future instead of measuring with cups when you should be doing it by weight. Okay, so I've got everything I need. I'm going to get the camera set up by the stove now, and then we can you can watch me make this fudge and see how it comes out. All right, here we go. This is it. This is the first time making fudge. Now, what I need to do... Oh boy, did I leave this in the... Where's my spatula? I need a spatula to do this. There it is. I think I need a spatula. I don't want to scrape the pan. So what I'm going to do now is I've got the thing on a medium temperature, and I'm going to get my stick of butter, 1 stick of butter, and I'm unwrapping it as I speak. There's my 1 stick of butter on a very low heat. I always turn this on way too high, and it's just a mess. Someone said don't use the chocolate chips because they have a coating on them so that they don't melt when you make cookies. Well, that's all I have is chocolate chips. So, oh boy, I've got to put this on a really, really low heat because the chocolate's starting to melt right now. Can I show that to you? Let me lift up the tripod so you can see what's going on here. Okay, so where is that? I'm too close. Alright, everything's starting to melt. Let me get this thing positioned back over here again so you can watch me cook. Very low heat. Very, very, very low heat, or else I'll set off my smoke detector again and piss off my neighbors. Man, this is going to be a real mess. I haven't melted chocolate in years, since I was in school, and I don't know if the spatula is going to even hold up to this this heat I've got here. Okay, the chocolate seems to be melting fairly well. The bits are melting to a nice consistency. Butter is not really melting too much because I've got the heat much lower, but I don't want to burn the butter and ruin the recipe, and I also don't want to set off my smoke detector, which I tend to do a lot. Okay, so the chocolate is starting to look really good. We're almost there. Let me try to show you that. There it is. That's what I've got. Butter's melting, the chocolate's melting. I'm not going to be able to do that much more as I start cooking this. Okay, and after I do that, I definitely want to get this completely melted before I add anything else. I might be ruining my spatula doing this. Okay. I'm sure you're enjoying watching my hand. Oh, smell that. Smell that chocolate now. Yeah, normally I would have this on a much higher heat, and it would have been a mess. I would have been melting the butter, burning the chocolate by now. It's not burning. I don't even like this pan because it's got these rivets that hold on the handle, and the chocolate's going to get stuck on that also. I don't know how much this makes. I am happy that I've got this thing on a very low heat. Nothing's burning yet. Chocolate is still melting. I'm making this video for my friend Lisa Marie, my doofus girl, my Texas fiance. I made a video for her on how to make a turkey. She doesn't know how to cook, and if she watches this video, then she'll know how to make fudge. And she'll be really famous in the farm, in the barn, taking care of the cows and the horses. Yeehaw! Woo! Okay, so the chocolate looks really good. What do I need to put in here? So I've got my 1 stick of butter, my 8 ounces of chocolate, and to that I'm going to add my beaten egg and the vanilla. It's starting to mix up. The egg it's not really mixing well. The egg doesn't want to mix together, so stir this, get this as mixed up as I can. Sorry about the incredible video quality here. I gotta turn that down because it's really starting to want to curdle and burn, or whatever the hell that is, burn and bubble and melt. It's still not mixed together. It's starting to look really good. The butter's not fully, the egg's not fully mixed yet. But yeah, that looks really good now. Okay, now I don't see any more yellow from the egg. And I probably should have had the camera up a little bit higher, but I think you can see it. Okay, I got to turn this down because it really wants to start to boil now. So I've got in my my egg. Now I'm going to add. I already did the vanilla. I'm not adding the nuts. So the only other thing to add is the flour. So I'm adding. Whoa, what a mess that is! I'm adding the 1 pound of powdered sugar. What did I say? Flour. 1 pound of powdered sugar. And mixing that up. So yeah, this is for my girl Lisa Marie, my love of my life, my sweetheart. And she can make this stuff for her sister, my photo girl Erin. And oh, the chocolate's starting to burn. It's not really mixing well. Spatula was not the right thing to be using. Alright, I need to get a spoon in here, and I'm just going to have a huge mess on my hands. A spoon looks a lot easier, even though it ruined the pan. That's okay. Yeah, this is a huge cluster right now. I got to get this heat way, way down because it's just not mixing. So, if I don't know what I'm doing, then Lisa's not going to know what she's doing. But if she watches this, oh, there's my hand again. Watching a video of my hand. So I've got everything in here. I'm just trying to mix it up so that the powdered sugar gets mixed in with the chocolate. And then once that happens, I'm going to shut this off, but you'll see what it looks like. Alright, I can see why some people say you don't want to have fudge that tastes kind of granularly, and I can see why that would happen, because it's not exactly easy to mix this powdered sugar in this pan. I probably should have used a saucepan instead of a low edge pan like I've got over here. I still see lots of pieces of sugar. I'm trying to flatten it out with the spatula. It really looks kind of nasty. The chocolate consistency looks really gross. And I'm going to be putting this, since it's my first time, I really don't know what I'm doing, so I'm going to be putting this in an 8x, I don't know if it's an 8x8 or a 9x9 pan. You should probably put it in the pan with parchment paper and some, maybe spray it so that it's easy to take out of the pan and you don't scratch everything up. Normally I use flour and then I put, or I put butter and then I put flour in a pan to make it easy to remove stuff. But, alright, the powdered sugar is still not fully mixed. I turned off the heat because I didn't want to cause myself a lot of, ooh, it's a good way to blow the place up. Turn on the gas and let me get this going a little bit more. Let me melt some of the chocolate. So you want to put it in the pan, and then you want to put it in the fridge overnight, let it set up. I got the heat back on. I don't know if that's going to ruin it because I turned off the heat because I didn't want to burn everything. Let me show you what it looks like. Well, you can see what it looks like. That's what it looks like. I got the heat on really high now, but I want to melt this really quick and then cut the temperature way, way down. I just want to try to get this all melted and mixed together. Let me go low on that now. So the hardest part for me is mixing the powdered sugar, but it looks like everything's melted. Everything looks kind of chunky. It looks kind of, I don't know if that's because I burned it, or it looks kind of chunky and gross. So what I'm going to do, it's all melted, everything's melted, mixed together. Try to do this, Lisa. 1 stick of butter, 8 ounces of chocolate chips, 1 beaten egg or 2 tablespoons of milk, 1 pound of powdered sugar, 1 teaspoon of vanilla. You mix it together like I showed you and melt it in the pan. And then, now this is the dangerous part because now this is really hot and you could totally burn yourself and kill yourself. So you don't want to do that. What I have now is I got to be really careful. I don't want to burn myself. I already burned myself once yesterday. Alright, there's the pan. That's the fudge. I think I'm going to put this in the sink and get this out of the way so I don't hurt myself. Alright, let me get this in the sink. Let me try to position this a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, that's the... I think you can see a little bit of the powdered sugar is not fully mixed. Some of this is liquidy, and some of this is really thick and gunky. So that will probably give me, what, like about 1/8 of an inch, 3/8 of an inch thick fudge when it freezes up, solidifies in the fridge. I'd rather not put this nice hot container inside the fridge because it's still pretty warm. So that's how you make fudge. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pop this in the fridge now. I'm going to take it out tomorrow. I'm going to cut a slice, cut a little piece off, and I'll let you know how it came out, let you know what it tastes like. And I'm expecting you to make this, Lisa. Alright? If you don't know how to make it, I'll buy you a plane ticket and fly you out here and you can make the fudge while I watch. How's that for a deal? Alright, that is how you make chocolate fudge. Maybe. Maybe not. We'll find out tomorrow, right? All of us will find out tomorrow. Alright, hopefully you enjoyed my video. Make sure you do the thumbs up or whatever the heck it is and subscribe to all my subscribe to my account on the main page now. You can donate to support my channel if you like this incredible stuff that I post. And hopefully you enjoyed everything. And I'll see you tomorrow when I test this out. Alright. Yeah, like I said, I'm trying to teach my girl Lisa how to make fudge. This fudge has been in the fridge for about three hours. What the hell is this stuff? Is this separating? I don't know what this is. Somebody told me it should be fine in the morning. But I did a lot of research, and if you don't get it to the right temperature, you're going to have problems. And if you don't mix it the right way, which I think I mixed it, but if you don't get it to the right temperature, you're going to have problems. What is this stuff? I don't know if this is butter. Is this the butter separating? This looks like when you make meat and there's fat on the meat. That's kind of nasty. Let me taste this just to see. I don't know what that is, but it's gross. Alright, let me, but I'm going to wait till tomorrow, like they said. Let me see if I can cut this with a nut. Oh my god. Oh my god. Alright, remember, I'm an expert chef here. I am a baker. Alright, I'm going to have to use a heavy-duty knife to try to cut this. Oh my goodness. Oh! Oh! I don't know if I'm... Sorry, I can't stop laughing. I don't know if I'm going to be able to eat this. Okay, this stuff is like hard as a rock. Can you see? Let me turn this camera. Okay. Oh! Oh! Okay. I broke through. Okay, there we go, there we go. Alright. I just want to see what the fudge is going to taste like, if it's going to be good. What does that taste like? Very chocolatey. Extremely chocolatey. Kind of powdery chalky a little bit. It's not soft and creamy and chewy like fudge is supposed to be. I'm trying to decide what I think of this. The recipe is good. I know the recipe is good. The person who's made this makes it all the time. So obviously I did something wrong, but I want to take one more bite. I probably did not heat it to the right temperature. That's something you need to do, and I was very careful about overheating it. Wow, is that chocolatey? Yum, yum. It's sweet because it's chocolate and it's a lot of sugar. I don't think it's I don't think there's too much sugar. It just didn't come out soft and creamy. So I'm going to try this again tomorrow and see what happens. Until then, Lisa Marie, do not make this. And I will get back with everybody on if this is a nightmare or if you should follow the recipe and try to perfect it and make it better. But this might not be something to make with your turkey. To be continued in the morning. Alright, this is the fudge that I made last night, and you can see that it's separated. I'm making this video for my doofus girl, Lisa Marie, so that she can add stuff to her cooking menu of things that she knows how to bake, and like turkeys. She's a turkey expert now. But this might be a total disaster, so it definitely separated. That's kind of nasty, and it probably happened because I didn't cook it properly. I didn't get it to the right temperature. But there is some good fudge over here. Oh my god. Oh. Alright. Oh boy, I don't want to... You do not want to do this with a very good knife, because it doesn't want to break apart. Alright, I might not be eating this. This might be a bad recipe, but I'll let you know in a minute. You don't want anyone to break their teeth. Okay, it looks like it's just totally crumbling apart, coming in pieces. So it's not chewy. What does it taste like? It is very sweet, very chocolatey. Very sweet. I wouldn't say it's too sugary. I think it's really good. It has a very good mixture of sugar and chocolate. It's too bad that it's not soft and chewy, because I think it would be really good. But you can see how when I cut it, it's just flaking apart. So, I don't know what I'm going to do with this thing, because it's going to be really hard to cut this out of the pan. I'll keep it out of the fridge for a while. Maybe it will soften up and I can get it out of the pan. If not, I don't want to ruin this pan cutting through with a good knife. So I might just heat this thing up and throw it in the trash. So my recommendation to Lisa Marie is, do not make this. This is going to be a long video telling you not to make this. But don't make this recipe, because it's a nightmare. And you might be better off going to the store and picking up a Snickers bar. Alright, I still love you. And this is my awesome video on making chocolate fudge and how to completely screw it up and regret it. Watch all my other awesome videos, subscribe, do the thumbs up thing, go to the channel page and click on donate to support this channel or whatever it is, and put a few $1,000s in my account. That would be awesome. Thank you. Bye. Alright, there is the fudge after it's been out of the fridge for, whoa, what's it, about an hour and a half, 2 hours? Let me see. I'm going to go over towards this stuff. That is where it's separated. It's kind of gross. I brought it over to my mom. She thought it tasted pretty good. The only problem is that it's not chewy like fudge should be. Probably everyone's saying I either didn't get it to the right temperature or I got it too high of a temperature, and that's how you ruin fudge. You can see how it's kind of flaking over. Oh, it's a lot softer now. Let me taste it right now. Now that it's you can see how much effort I have to use to break it apart. So the recipe is definitely good. It's just how I made it that is the problem. I either overcooked it or undercooked it. So I'm going to try it now that it's been out of the fridge for a couple hours. It's a lot softer, hopefully. And this will be the big deciding test. It's good. If you know how to make fudge, the recipe is definitely good. But I didn't do it the right way, so I kind of ruined it. Lisa, don't make this. I don't even know if you got this far in the video. I don't know if anybody got this far in the video, because this stuff, it's like a 20-minute video, and then at the end I tell you don't make it. Well, it really doesn't taste that bad. And that is it. I'm going to go post this thing now so nobody can watch it.